feel like I'm in a royal throne with these armrests. We need to sort something out with this, but... Welcome to Net Price, where the price is right. Wait, wrong show. Anyway, I can't quite believe this, but today we are unboxing the RTX 3070 Founders Edition. Insane. No idea how I managed to grab one. In fact, I think it was pure luck, to be honest, as with everyone that did get one. Finally time to upgrade my computer after 5 years of having a GTX 970, so don't worry, I'm not a scalper. I'm not going to scalp that one away. Already I've seen them on eBay in excess of like £1,000, which is ridiculous. I don't get these people, and I don't get why they like exploit other people who need an upgrade. But anyway, that's what we're looking at today, and yeah. So... got it off the NVIDIA website, which takes you to scan. I don't know if that's the same as with other launches, but I know that recently they've had tons and tons of issues with supplying their Founders Edition cards, mainly due to bots and scalpers as well. Fantastic, we love those. So the scan website actually went down for some people. It didn't for me, luckily. I had it to my basket, and then it took ages and ages and ages to load, but in the end it worked, and I got one. I still really can't quite believe it. It came the very next day. Let's have a little look then. So in here we have my receipt. Quite a big box for a tiny product, but quite a bit of heft to it really. Expecting it to be light. I don't know why I was expecting it to be lighter. Here we go. Unsheath it. Oh, it's a nice unboxing experience. Oh, it's just like a nice black. My chair is squeaking. It's lovely black design here. You can see just the stripes across, and GeForce RTX 3070 there and here, and then on the back has your system requirements included in the box and support and warranty. Just seem pretty standard. 650 watt power supply required, which is good because I have a 650 watt. I'm pretty sure I have a 650 watt. Yeah, I do. And again, I said I'm upgrading from a 970, which has done me well for 5-6 years now. Fantastic card. Never felt the need to upgrade, but my advice to anyone with a 970 is, I think definitely this year, next couple of years, is the time to upgrade. It's definitely showing its age now. I mean, I run it on a 1440p monitor. I mean, you can actually run some games on 1440p, but generally I have to like downscale my resolution and run it at 1080, and it started to struggle just in general. So I think this is the best year. Like last year, the last gen stuff I couldn't be asked with. I have a 1070 in my laptop, but of course it's a laptop, so it's not as good as a computer can be, especially because of the increase in performance NVIDIA have put out now. It's just, you know, it's kind of a good idea to upgrade now, especially with the pricing is fairly reasonable as well. Maybe the RTX 3060 may be a good card for most people on my similar budget, but I decided to really invest this time and get that same amount of performance that I did last time I bought a graphics card. Bearing in mind I did buy it a year after launch as opposed to now on launch day even. I've never bought anything on launch day before, but you know, it's a 970, it's kind of outdated now. It still runs pretty well, and I mean, it's just showing its age now. Alrighty, let's get her open. Get my scissors out because I've lost my unboxing knife. Not that I really do unboxing videos because I don't really buy a lot of things. I'm always terrible at this bit. I hate to shake it. There we go. Ooh. Ooh. Look at that. Look at that, lovely. It's tiny. It is so small. Especially seeing all the fans as well, they're minuscule. Holy shit. Well, compared to the other cards as well, it's just so small. But even for a regular graphics card, I think it's tiny. I'm gonna have to compare it to my 970 in a minute. But this is tiny, and for an unboxing experience as well. It's slanted. That's really cool. And here it says inspired by gamers, built by NVIDIA. Really nice box. Almost like you could display it in this. I mean, the reason I went for Founders is because I've never bought a Founders card before. It's collector's edition, and I love the look of these graphics cards. These graphics cards, they look so sexy. Like regular graphics cards, you know, the last series and the series before, wasn't a massive fan of how they looked, but these, it's like a piece of art, honestly. Any aftermarket cards I've looked at, they all just look like regular graphics cards, whereas this is just wonderful. Now let's pick it up. Ooh, lovely metal design here. So, there's the back plate here for you. Ooh, it even smells nice. So the difference in these designs is one of the other reasons I went for it actually is because of the cooling solution NVIDIA has put out. So here, where you don't usually get this on most graphics cards, is it takes air in from this side, generally, I think, even on these. The other ones have a fan this side to really pull it through, but this one only has fans on this side like regular graphics cards do. But it takes air in, pulls it through, and then out through here. I think the cooling design alongside the architecture of this card is really going to make it do a great job, even though you can probably get more performance out of maybe some other aftermarket cards, but I don't generally overclock that much. To be honest, I only start overclocking my card once I notice that the performance is decreasing. So in the last 2 years, I've overclocked my 970. Haven't needed to before. So I don't really know if I'll overclock this card from the get-go because I don't really need that much performance. But yeah, this is beautiful. Before I get too carried away with how sexy it looks, let's put it down there so I don't make marks on the table. I will take you through the other things that are in the box, which isn't a lot to be honest. Out of most GPU packaging, I've got to say this is probably one of the nicest. The foam in this is really, really high quality. So in this you only use a single PCIe 8-pin, so yep, you probably all know about this, but so they've gone for a 12-pin as opposed to an 8-pin. They're exactly the same size, so I've no idea why. That means you have to use this stupid dongle, which isn't going to look good in most cases, but you may be able to get some form of adapters and stuff. But at least they include it in the box, so you're not rushing around trying to buy one. Kind of quick start guide, which nobody's going to look at if they're installing a graphics card, because generally they know how to do it, or they'll watch a video. And then your support guide. Now, if you buy a Founders Edition, if you can, I doubt you probably won't be able to unless you're extremely lucky like me, then you get 12 months of GeForce Now as well, subscription for free, which I don't know why you would want to use when you're buying expensive, top-of-the-line, high-end graphics cards, because you're not going to really need to use GeForce Now to stream games because you're just going to be playing them off your graphics card, because surely GeForce Now is mainly for people who don't have as good as graphics cards, so they can actually, I don't know, but I've got that. I may take a look into that now that I've got it, but yeah, cool. I think the last thing I really want to do here before I move on to installing it and other stuff is take out my 970 and kind of compare them. I mean, I don't know how many people are going to upgrade from a 970 to one of these, and they might have upgraded last generation, but I certainly waited, and I know a lot of other people have waited, so put that down here. Oh wow, no, that's actually quite noticeable. So you can see here, kind of dwarfs it really, 970 dwarfing 3070, so like 2 generations later. This is pretty mad. Even though it's not a Founders, I'm pretty sure the Founders is kind of the same size as this. It's probably as small as they get if you don't include RTX. Sad to see you go, mate. Whew. Oh, am I excited. Oh, am I excited. In terms of whether you should get this card or not, I would say maybe. And I only say maybe because of what AMD are offering. I would have got the 6800 if it wasn't for the price. If it was the exact same price as this, or very, very similarly to this. I mean, it is kind of similarly, but I'm not paying more than around £450 is my limit for a graphics card, at least at the moment. But their 6800 is about 500 British pounds. You can calculate that into American dollars. Yeah, the only reason I'm not getting that is because I had a limit of £450, but compared to this, I would probably recommend you definitely get the AMD card as opposed to 3070 because it has more VRAM and also it generally seems like a better deal. Well, technically I need more VRAM because I do a lot of editing, color correction, and also VFX work, but you know, I just can't spend more than £450. A, I'm a student, B, I'm quite young. This is obviously an upgrade from the GTX 970's 4GB of VRAM, so I'm definitely going to see like great improvements. But yeah, if I was going to tell you right now, should you go for the 3070 or should you go for what AMD is offering? Probably AMD, especially as if you're putting money into the competition, that means the competition is going to be even tighter next time and the prices are going to be even better next time. So I would definitely recommend going towards AMD more than NVIDIA, especially this launch if they managed to match NVIDIA and even do some better. So in order for the competition in the industry to really thrive, I would say go AMD. Regardless though, if you have a spending limit like me, or you just you just want an NVIDIA graphics card, this is probably the graphics card to get. This will run pretty bloody decently on 4K. If I was recommending a card out of the NVIDIA lineup, I would say this one. The 3080 I think is just overkill on the 3090. Don't even go there. Who needs that? Honest to God, who needs that? If you're gaming, that is anyway. If you're doing graphics applications, so 3D rendering and stuff, makes a bit more sense. 3080 again, overkill. I think this is the card to go for. It runs 4K fantastically, and yeah, you don't need to spend that much money. I mean, you can spend that much money if you want, but you don't need to. Is what I'm saying.